Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Exclusive Piano Group out here in Essendon, Melbourne. And we're here today to speak to you about the Steinway & Sons Spirio piano, and also to give you the opportunity to ask questions that you might have. I've got to say, having been in the industry for over 30 years, it would have to be the most exciting product that I've ever seen. And still today, when we see it play, it astounds us because there are playback systems out there around the world and other brands that have playback systems that you would have seen, but nothing like the Steinway & Sons Spirio playback system. There is nothing as accurate. Some of the playback systems you may have seen in the past, we get comments like they're a little bit robotic. One song plays back loud, one song plays back soft, it's uneven, and there's those sorts of things that you have to contend with. With Spirio, that's not the case. What you're hearing are the best artists in the world that have played certain pieces, and you are able to access their performances via your iPad at home on the Steinway & Sons Spirio piano. One of the most popular models, well actually I've got to say Model O and Model B have almost been even in popularity, which previously Model B was the most sought after Steinway piano that we had. But since the Spirio, the Model O has become extremely sought after, and I think one of the reasons for that is that it fits nicely in the home, and a lot of people that have ordered and purchased Spirios, well, some of them don't play the piano, so they just want to have the best piano in the world playing in their home off the iPad. Now, one of the things that I'd like to lighten the mood with is that I've seen this just on the video. So some of the playback pieces that we have a video associated with it, and others are just the performers. But this one I thought was fairly cool, so it was something for the kids, something a little bit different. And I'm just going to play it for you now and see what you think. Something a little different to what you might have seen in the past. But you can go from something like that, and one of the other things that's really important, I think, about the Spirio, we've had a lot of positive comments from people, is that when someone is learning a particular piece, they go to the teacher shows them how the piece should be played, but by the time they get home, maybe they're not 100% remembering how it should be played, or getting stuck in certain pieces, or sorry, in certain parts of the piece. So they have some of the best artists in the world playing these pieces on the Spirio, where they can see exactly how it should be played. So looking at something like that, Tom and Jerry, obviously something a little bit of fun, but then you can go and have one of the best artists in the world today, and certainly a respected pianist, and someone that I know quite well personally, and he's a very accommodating person, but he's also a Steinway artist, and I'd like to show you Lung Lung. Okay, so that gives you a little bit of an idea of the variances in music and pieces that you can have play on the Spirio piano. And of course, when you're not using the Spirio with the iPad and having someone play the piano for you, of course you can play the piano yourself, and it's no different to any other model that you would play. This is now a standard Model B that you could play like any other Steinway & Sons Model B piano. So it doesn't feel any different to any other Model B. It's a fantastic piano, and of course, as we've said, now you have the opportunity to have the best artists in the world playing your piano for you. The app gets updated monthly, so that there's a number of hours each month of new music that gets added to the app. And so as you update it, if you're a Spireo owner and you have, of course, the app and the iPad, that gets updated for free, of no cost, and you're going to get new music continuously added to the list of songs and pieces that are available. If you want a particular artist, you can just simply go into, I'll put the glasses on these days because I need to be able to do that. You can go into My Music, you can select, say for instance, Bach. Hit Composer and you'll get all the pieces that are in the iPad that have been played by different artists that have been composed by Bach. You can do that with other composers, you can do it with Beethoven or whoever you might like to listen to, and you can put together your own list so that you might have a number of people in the family, they have different lists. You press that list and all the songs that you've selected will continuously play. So right now I'm going to play another piece that's quite popular, and I'll just dial it up here. We'll go, I've had a lot of good feedback from customers about this, and in fact I've got a lot of customers that have contacted us and said they're so wrapped with the Spireo that it plays all day in their home. 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, some people are playing the Spireo in the background and it's just doing its thing. So let's have a quick listen to this popular piece version of Let It Be. The whole experience of playing a Steinway that makes it different to any other piano. It's the feel, it's the touch, it's the response. It's all the things that have gone into it over many, many years of history. Over 165 years, of course, since Steinway & Sons have been made. And that's where you get into things like the diaphragmatic soundboard, the continuous bent rim, the duplex scaling, things that we've spoken about before that make a Steinway what it is. And when you get into those things and see how they work and hear them, then it's very simple to see why a Steinway has the reputation that it has, the performance that it has, and I guess the popularity that it has. So if we have a look at something else here, I will play another song, and I know that we've got a couple of questions coming through, but Hotel California is something I have played before, but a lot of people request this and want to have a quick look at it. So we won't run through the whole thing, but I'll get it going. You can have a listen. Okay. So again, there's another example of something a little bit different, Hotel California, and thrown in amongst many famous composers and classical music composers that you can listen to for as long as you want. Do your own list, play whatever you want. And when I spoke earlier about Lung Lung, and I said to you that you know, he's a very well-respected artist around the world today, and a lot of his pieces, or a lot of the pieces that he's played, have been recorded and put onto the Spirio. And he's got a couple of things to say about what he thinks or how he sees the Spirio as an instrument and the technology of it. So let's have a quick listen to what Lung Lung has had to say.
Know some of the pianos before, you know, like player piano, and we know that you sometimes in the hotel lobby you hear, you know, kind of automatic piano playing, and I'm like, so boring. And then somehow, you know, the Spireo came, and in the beginning I thought, oh come on, it's going to be a, you know, kind of a higher level of those things, but the replay is 99% like what I did.
But this is not only for non-players, this is also interesting for a professional like you?
Absolutely, it will challenge us, you know. And then for studies, you cannot be better than this. You play a recital, you know, record, and it will play exactly like what you did. So you take the score and, you know, to work on what to improve. Okay. And this is like the best tool.
Okay, so there you go. I do have some questions that have come through, and I'll go through a couple of them. One question is, good question, can you install Spireo on already owned Steinway pianos? No, you can't. The Spireo system is made at the factory, installed at the factory. It can't be retrofitted to a Steinway piano. It has to be done at the time of manufacture, and it's done in the factory. So it's not something that can be retrofitted. But good question. Another one is, how will Spireo help my child improve playing the piano? Okay, well, of course, there are a couple of things to consider in answering that question. One of them is, of course, if you've got a certain piece that you're playing and you're at home and you're not sure how certain parts of that piece will go, then you can have someone play it that is a professional pianist and give you an idea of how it should go. That's one thing. The other thing is that last year we released the Spirio R. Now the Spirio R allows you to record what you play and play it back. And there's a number of advantages with that. If you have a lesson at home and your teacher comes to your home, you can record the whole lesson and play that back at any time you like, so that you can see how certain parts of a song will be played, anything that you need to have practiced. You might ask the teacher to play scales or certain things at what speed that they think you should be able to play them at. And you can watch it back and you can then improve yourself. You can record yourself. You can also record yourself at learning a song at the early days of learning the song, and then see in 6 months' time how you've progressed. So there's all these things that you can do with the Spirio R. The Spirio R is, again, not something that can be updated or upgraded on your piano. You purchase a Spirio that is a playback system, or you have the option of purchasing a Spirio R that has a record facility. It's not something that can be retrofitted. But the Spirio R has only been out for, I believe, about 12 months in the Australian market, and already we've had a lot of interest and a lot of sales of that piano. In fact, as I said before, we've got the Model D 9-foot concert grand here in the store that's just come in, ordered with Spirio R, and that's going out to a customer that's ordered that piano next month. We've also, with Spirios, we've got special orders, and it's something that you can consider. Someone wanted a piano in a special finish. That's about a 12-month wait if the piano is, of course, not in production, like a Crown Jewels model. If you go to our website, I'm sure most of you would be familiar with that, at steinway.com.au. You can have a look at all the pianos that are on the website and that are available, and if something is there that you'd like to order specifically. You might like to order a white piano. A white piano is not a standard order today, and it's about a 12-month wait, and we have white Spirios on order. We've sold a number of them. So are there any other questions? There's a few there, but I think some of them we have already covered. Thank you for your support, everybody, in getting online and having a listen to not only myself, but of course the Spirio, and also thank you to the team that's been able to put this together. They put a lot of work into it, a lot of work behind the scenes. Our marketing guys, they're all of our full-time staff. We've got no one that we've contracted that can come in and help us do this. It's all the staff that work for Exclusive Piano Group. Very proud of them. They're a great team, and without a team, you don't have a business. And over the last 12 months, I think a lot of businesses have encountered some challenges, and we're lucky enough to have a great product, a great team, and to continue doing what we do right throughout Australia. So if you have any questions, you can call our information line on 1300 199 589, or of course you've got the email opportunity. Go to steinway.com.au, and we're going to play a launch video from 2017, and it's interesting to say that at the start of last year, that clip was about 3 years old, and we'd had about 10,000 views on it, which is quite a lot of interest in a launch video of a Steinway piano, obviously the Spireo. But we went into lockdown, as people know, last year, and by the end of that lockdown, we had over 60,000 views of that video. So it just showed you that a lot of people were at home last year. They were on the computers, they were looking at our social media, they were researching Steinway, researching Spirio, and we're going to play that clip now for you. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for their time. Please have a look at it, and again, let us know if there's any questions, anything we can assist with. There are some issues at the moment with availability. I know the Model O was sold out for about 3 months, and we had pianos coming in and were being delivered as soon as they arrived. So the Spirio O has been sensationally popular, but we are catching up now, and there may be a little bit of a wait, but if you'd like to place an order, one thing about Steinway pianos that we know, they hold their value, they go up in price. They don't stay the same price. So there's always, as we've said before, there's a great time now to make a decision and get something that you will enjoy. And the one thing I'll finish off on is that sometimes people look at different brands and different pianos. The one thing I'm confident of is that every single person that has ordered a Steinway & Son Spirio from us has called us back or sent us some sort of a message to say how delighted they are. There's never been an unhappy customer. So there's no regrets when you purchase a Steinway piano, but there are regrets sometimes when people make decisions to buy something else, might be a little cheaper, or whatever the reason. The biggest thing is for certainty and confidence. Please give us a call to become part of the Steinway family, and I thank you very much for your time. We're extremely lucky to be supported from good friends of ours in Steinway Galleries Australia, some Australian icons. We've got John Foreman, we've got Harrison Craig, who's just come off a tour of Australia. We've also got, of course, James Morrison, probably one of the best, if not the best, trumpet player in the world. And we've also got Amir Farid, who's been a long-time friend of Steinway Galleries Australia.
Watching the piano respond to an iPad wirelessly and play back Lang Lang or Yu Zhou Wang with unbelievable accuracy, as if they are sitting in your living room giving you a private recital.
In the spirit of these great pianists that make the piano what it is, I'd like to invite another great pianist to do this final number with me. His name is Simon Mulligan, and as I said, he's from London, which is where he is right now. Take it away, Simon.
If I was to tell someone about the Spireo, I think the main thing I'd tell them is it's not a piano playing itself. it's a great artist playing your piano.
We've had many of the pianos been pre-sold before the launch, and so this is the first opportunity where we've had stock, we've caught up a little bit, and we've been able to release them to the public.
We want him now to sort of keep that up. The more money we give to charity, the more money those charities can spend on medical research and keep all Australians a hell of a lot better off than being sick and not able to do anything about it.
Hearing how the Spireo has integrated within Steinway, it puts me at awe. I don't think I can ever get sick of listening to it.
I-A-M-O-O-O, I love to step right up to an upright on a fine toe.
That's right, you can have the world's best musician playing the piano in your own home.
It's very exciting.
And the last thing I'd like to say as I walk away is, when someone asks me tomorrow, what did you do last night? I'm not going to say I played with the piano. I'm going to say I played with the Steinway. It's beautiful.